Yeah, I'm recording now. Today, I want to speak about the blame game. We all know what the blame game is. If anything goes wrong, it wasn't me, I didn't do it. I was told to do it. I'm only doing what I'm told. I don't know who did it. It wasn't me. No idea. Adam and Eve in the garden. Genesis 3:11. God asked Adam, "Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree of which I commanded you not to eat?" And Adam says, "The woman who you gave to me, she gave me some of the fruit of the tree, and I ate." Question: who is Adam blaming?
Eve.
He's also blaming God, if you think about it. That woman who you give to me, remember you give her to me, you know, so he's also blaming God. Not many people realise that. They just think he's blaming Eve, but he's not. That woman who you give me, remember, you give her to me, so it's your fault, not mine. You know. Then the Lord God said to the woman, "What is this you have done?" And the woman said, "The serpent deceived me and I ate." And the next verse again. And the Lord God said to the serpent, "Because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly thou shalt go, and dust thou shalt eat all the days of your life." Now there's a lot of discussion among academics and theologians. Did the serpent have legs?
That's what I was just thinking.
Because it says, "Upon thy belly thou shalt go." And if that's a curse, if it's already moves on its belly, it's not much of a curse, is it? Also, it says, "Thou art cursed above all cattle and every beast of the field." So he's putting the serpent in the same group. Right? Now, that is verse 14. Going back to verse 1, it says, "Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made." So that kind of indicates it's in the same group of animals. You know, same category. Yeah, so there's a lot of superficial evidence that the serpent had legs. Some people think that the serpent was able to stand up on its hind legs and look at them eye to eye, because the Hebrew word for serpent is nakash, however you pronounce it. The Hebrew word nakash, some say, originally meant shining, upright creature. So there's a lot of discussion about this in the theological world.
Well, the serpent can do that anyway, can't it? Regardless of the fact that it doesn't have legs now, it still can rise up and fish.
Yeah, it can. But did it have legs? We don't know, but there's a superficial evidence that it did. Otherwise, it's not much of a curse, is it?
On thy belly thou shalt go.
Yeah, it's not much of a curse. So, any questions about that? Just to conclude, we've got Adam, Eve and the serpent. Adam blamed Eve and God. Eve blamed the serpent. And the serpent hadn't a leg to stand on. So that's the blame game. Started at Adam and Eve. Now Jill tells a tale when she went on holiday one time with her husband and kids, with her sister and her husband. Have they any kids with them, or did they not have kids?
No. Those were grown up by then.
And they went to Greece. But they had been having Greek lessons. And they were told, if you order coffee, ask for Nescafe. Otherwise you'll get Greek coffee, which is a little cup of milk and a glass of water. But Jill and her husband arrived at the cafe first, and they ordered Nescafe. Harold and Joy came in behind and ordered coffee, and they got Greek coffee, and they weren't very happy. And Harold was blaming Joy, weren't he?
Yeah, he blamed her, and I said, don't blame her, but you learn Greek as well.
Yeah. So he was blaming her for partially his own mistake. You know, the blame game, it's been going on since Adam and Eve. And it'll keep going on. And that's one of the problems with the world today. In every field, especially in the government and official organisations, there's no accountability. If they make a mistake, they're not accountable. So, you know, they can make any mistakes they want, and they'll blame somebody else.
And the problem is that they won't own up to the mistakes, to what they're blaming other people for.
Exactly, the blame game.
Yeah.
But I mean, even after 10 years of government, the Tory government was saying it was Labour's fault for wrecking the economy. You know, they've had 10 years to fix it, and they're still blaming Labour. So, it's historical, it's endemic, and it's wrong.
We call it passing the buck, though.
Passing the buck, yeah. It weren't me, it was grim.
I was only reading just before we come out about this woman, Paul or somebody, that was the top boss at the post office.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't answer any questions about why all these people had been. Because she knew about it.
She knew, yeah.
They knew about it.
That's right. That's right, it's nasty.
Isn't she a church minister as well?
Pardon?
She's a church minister.
I don't know.
There's a woman in charge of the post office
Yeah.
that's in all this trouble, and she's a minister.
Yeah, I think she will actually. Now you come to
Yeah.
mention it. Paula Venom or something she's called.
Yeah,
I can't remember her name.
I can't remember her name, but yeah. So, do you have any questions on the blame game? Any other comments? Any thoughts on the serpent? I mean, he is now history.
Waiting
Sorry about that.
Waiting out.